good morning, everybody throughout the earth today and throughout the world. Now it's the time 11 a.m. Just 6 past. Good morning, God and the angels. Good morning, Banks River and the Banks community, NT borders, NTNWA borders, and everybody in this moderness and entire world, entire universe out and in. Quest Connected News Social Wide Internationally, one of the best programs for kids from remote. What I've got a phone here. What I'm saying is, I've got a phone here. Bring it down a bit. Bring the screen down a bit. I've got a phone here. When I was young, about 7-year-old, I was a 6-7-year-old, really young. Didn't have any money, didn't have anything, and I used to ring my uncle up. Uncle Roy, Uncle Mick, you there? Ring him up on the phone, and they used to answer me. They used to listen to me. They didn't say hang up. They listened to me every word. I was just ringing up to find out how you are. How you doing on the station? Like you were on in, and I did ring them up in Calcutta when I road accident on a car crash as well. And one day I invisibly walked into the old post office where my dad used to get money from Sandlake, and I said to Dad, I told him, Dad, Uncle Peter not paying your pension. He didn't believe it, but one day he didn't believe that, but he'll see it. One day I walked into
this pattern tutorial. We'll look
see
at
what happened.
What happened?
We had telecom or another.
Public phone box could soon be ranked alongside some of our best-known heritage landmarks. It's one of 3 payphones in line for the honour because of their life-saving place in history.
Once a symbol of loose change, secrecy and dodgy operations.
My fingerprints are on the knife, on a car thief, a drunk driver and I murdered a man.
Humble public phone booths are getting a reputation makeover, hailed as historical treasures worthy of protection.
History isn't just about grand landmarks and pretty things. Public phones have been part of everyday.
What I was going to say about phones, we're really poor. And I pressed into Roy and Mick. I said, what happened when back in those days they had a program on the payphone. They had when you ring up, like today, when you ring up, when you look at the payphone, you'll see all the program. Somehow picked it up. Nobody picked it up in Canada. Nobody used it. When you look at when you look at that's why I said Cindy. When you look at all that. See, when you look at all that ad, I gave that job to Cindy, and that was Cindy, my niece, but he can't have it because Michael Roy and Mick sit on it. You know what I mean? They own it too, But I'm not going to say anything out of place because they own it. Because what happened on the payphone, call it a payphone, but don't know what they was called at that time. And I rang and I seen all this program on the screen of the payphone. What to do, ring this, ring that, and you can ring anyone. You can ring the stars and all the anything, And I said, oh God, Lifeline. My God, that's Lifeline back then. Lifeline back then was something like reading a Bible like that. I said, I'm gonna ring him up and I'm gonna book it all to my Uncle Roy and Mick, and I rang him up in silent mode and I said, keep it silent. I did ring up, I picked up, hung up, you heard about it, I hung up, and in a silent mode I put the phone down. And what I found out later, it's only Uncle Roy and Mick. That's what I'm left with, only Uncle Roy and Mick. And Dad, thank God. I said, Dad, thank God for Dad, because Dad, see, problem with my dad, and old Paul Beebee, problem with Dad, he couldn't see the function of money. You know how your money function? Like 10 cents, 1 cent, $10. He couldn't see the function of that. And I said, because when I look at the international news, when you Google there, you look, when you Google at international news, you look, Google Australian market, Australian value interest in bank or in property. Well, I'll just put that, and when you government interest, and it'll tell you when you get into that, it'll tell you this.
What is your message to a family who can't get into the property market now, but with the same combined family income could have gotten into the property market 20 years ago?
That's what it
It's
is.
a very, very
You know what I mean?
situation.
It's once, and people in America, oh, you know, it's a billionaire glory, you know, and you know, property. Oh, it's just beautiful. I love it. I love what it's just one of the best things I do. And you know what? That's why I say to people, hand me your kids over. And you know what? I might be mom and dad to Roy and Mick. See, because they're Alpha and Omega. You know, I might be mom and dad to them. And it's got it all there. It's got, when you look at the report when it's stuck quarterly or 6 months or 1 year, the government come in with the Reserve Bank, analysing how the stock market go, how the Australian money go up or down, and it sits on 1% over and over and over and over. It's a record breaker. And you know what? And you know what I say? You know why? Australia owns Saint Kardashian. Australia owns him outright. You know why? Saint Kardashian gets $1 million paid from every book. I signed that kid to Kardashian, Saint, and David said, you owe us, Saint. You know what I mean? And he see, everybody banished from coming to Australia because he's too rich. He owe us Saint. And people say, but man, it's only a Saint. God, it's a cheap Saint. But if you look at his Saint, you look at his record. Even now, I've got the Bitcoin on him. This is the second one on him, Bitcoin. You know, the kid's rich. And, you know, it's still Australian. Bowman said, it's mine. No, Bowman, you came in on a cheap. We got him on a Saint. You know, and you know what? Bowman got to share the sainthood. You know, with Saint there. And yet 1% and people don't read the Bible. You know? People, Dad was saying, but we'll scavenge for everything. No, don't scavenge. Oh, we'll get Margaret saying that. I'll get paid $8,000 a fortnight. No. Things don't run like that. You know what I mean? It run on one program.